Question number 12. Jenny Salesa.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment, is he confident in his oversight of the tertiary education sector, given that over the next 5 years there is estimated to be a 50% shortfall in the number of plumbers required in Auckland alone?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, overall, yes. The construction industry in Auckland is growing rapidly. There's been an additional 25,000 construction jobs added in the last 2 years. There's also been very big growth in training as well. In regards to plumbers in particular, the figure that I have seen in the presentation I think the member is referring to from master plumbers, gas fitters and drain layers talks of a need for around 600 more plumbers in Auckland over the period 2013 to 2018. I think that's entirely achievable because, for context, there are currently around 2,500 people doing plumbing apprenticeships or apprenticeship-type training around New Zealand in this area, and there's also big increases in the first-time enrolments for plumbing, which reached 633 in 2014. So although the workforce in construction is growing rapidly, I'm confident that the response from trainees and employers is also growing rapidly.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jenny Salesa.
To the Minister, why is Auckland's unemployment rate above the national average at 6.6%, while at the same time companies in the construction industry are scrambling to find enough labourers?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, I'm not sure of the accuracy of the member's statements, but in terms of the growth in employment, we've had just under half the growth of employment over the last 6 months has been in Auckland, and we've also seen very big increases in the construction sector over that period. The member herself will be aware that we have a number of initiatives in place, including Māori and Pacifica Trades Training, which she's attended some of the presentations in regards to that, which is recruiting young Māori and Pacifica in particular into the trades, and that's proving to be successful.
Supplementary question, Jenny Salesa.
By what percentage has the annual number of apprentices participating in industry training fallen since 2008?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
I don't have the numbers with me on since 2008 because they did reduce during the global financial crisis, as Mr Twyford referred to. But since 2013, we've seen an increase of 12% in just 1 year from 2013 to 2014. And today there are around 42,000 people enrolled in apprenticeships and apprenticeship-type training.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Jenny Salesa.
After 8 years in the job as the responsible minister, what does he say to Steve Fowler of McCready Commercial Construction, who says, and I quote, "There's a general shortage across the board, and that's all skill sets"?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, I think the member is very generous about my length of tenure in the job, but leaving that aside, for example, we are seeing a rapid increase in the number of people working in construction. And I remember very similar comments in the Canterbury rebuild back when we were told we'd need to double the size of the construction workforce in Canterbury and it wouldn't be possible. In actual fact, it happened, with increases in training, people returning to the workforce, and in terms of migration as well. We're now seeing very rapid growth in the sector in Auckland, and the training system is responding effectively, and the system is growing dramatically.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Jenny Salesa.
Does he accept any responsibility for the skills shortage gap in Auckland as the minister responsible for skills training, or does he just agree with the people who have given up relying on his government and now say the best answer is easier access to foreign workers?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
With the greatest respect to the member, the only people that have given up on this government is the opposition because they don't make any progress against it. In relation to the work that's being done, we are seeing rapidly increasing numbers of apprentices, rapidly increasing numbers of people working in the construction workforce, rapid increases in people in areas like Māori and Pacifica Trades Training, Mr Speaker, and those things are all contributing to a growth in the construction workforce to meet the needs of a rapidly growing demand for building houses in Auckland.
I thank the Minister. That concludes questions for oral answer. I call